Yeah, when I started the course, obviously my coaching skills was next to zero because I had never done coaching. I had done training, I had done facilitations, but coaching was something which I had never ventured into. I did a small NLP course, which gave me an insight into what coaching would be, but I had no idea. So obviously, when I started, I was a novice and I was stumbling at most of the places. But once I walked through the journey towards my 100 hours of practice and 150 hours of practice, I've actually got the confidence to coach. And it's not only about coaching, but it's about coaching any kind of person. So the people that I come across can come from various walks of life, people from India, people from abroad, people who have been there in the industry for 20, 25 years, could also be a 30-year-old person. So the confidence that it has given me is that I can coach any type of person. And that's really what I appreciate. And that's because of the course. Otherwise, I would not have been able to do it. Yeah. Yeah, so when I joined Cocharia, I had done my due diligence. Obviously, I had compared it with various courses being offered by coach training institutes, and I picked up Cocharia basically because I liked the way they were blending the East and West, and they spoke about the blend between the East and West. And I also have a spiritual angle to me. I have been reading books, and obviously that's where it clicked. And when I look through the courses, the course that I opted for was ontology based, coaching. And that also because I have a small, experience way back in ontology. And I knew that it had done wonders for me at that point of time. So that prompted me to opt for the ontology based coaching, uh, you know, and that's why I landed up at Cocharia. And specifically, I chose this course because I had an idea what it can do. And what it did was, it actually not only taught me the competencies that I required for becoming a coach, but also it took me in greater depths into those competencies. I mean, every coaching institute does teach, but the depth and the level at which it was taught was at a very different level, and that's what made the whole difference. Yeah, the ontological conversation was more about understanding myself, who I'm being, or what I am showing up as myself to the client. And that was a very, very deep and powerful influence on me because when I started, I mean, throughout my career, 25 years, I have been a leader, I have been, a performer. So everything that I did was more of solution oriented. And in coaching, being solution oriented really doesn't work. So initially, I used to show up as trying to make the client understand, or maybe, very subtly trying to point out where in what direction they should move. And that's what I realized I shouldn't be doing. For me, the best thing that ontology taught me, or, the course taught me, was to be comfortable in not knowing, to understand the client from their perspective as to what they are saying, as to what they're not saying, which is also important, and also to understand the client from a perspective of what they want actually, you know, which they themselves at times are not very clear, but even to understand that. So the whole idea about, I think, what changed for me in coaching was, it was not about myself, it was more about the client. It's about understanding the client at a very, very deep level. So invariably it ended up in my listening improving because earlier I used to, I mean, in my earlier practice, I used to interrupt a lot. That stopped because I realized that I need to pause and I need to stop for the client to express themselves. So the conversations around ontology helped me to find myself and also to understand the client at a very, very different level. And that's what I think it has happened. See, it's basically, I think the ontological conversations help, I mean, has helped me to understand myself better. And that's I think the first space. How I listen to people, how I mean, even allow people to come up in my conversations. And that's so important because in my allowing is where they should really show up. The second thing is to understand them from their perspective as to a lot of things are unsaid in the conversation. It's not that the client opens up 100%. They don't. And they will only open up when they feel it's safe, comfortable to open up. So to provide that space also is so critical. And these conversations in terms of understanding, even in terms of not speaking, just being there, holding that space, I think that's what ontology has opened me to. Also to understand that ultimately all human beings are more or less the same. I mean, the fears are there, the uh, the, the sadness is there, the happiness is there. So at some levels we are all human beings, but at some levels we are different. So each one of us is unique in a different way. So what ontological way of coaching has helped me to understand is the uniqueness of the person, to find out the uniqueness of this person, what is stopping this person from moving into where he or she wants to move. And that's the crux of coaching. So the coaching is all about understanding that person and helping, not in the say that we are giving an advice, but in making him move towards where he wants to move. And that comes through reflections, that comes through sharing, that comes through understanding them, acknowledging, and all that is part of the journey. As I said, I was a very solution oriented person, and that was my USP, I would say. Everywhere I would be offering solutions. And I realized coaching is not about solutioning at all. It's all about very being very comfortable in not knowing, in that uncertainty, not even getting result oriented. I mean, that's one thing that has changed in my life. Another thing I would say is I'm basically a very kind of a restless person. I mean, I like to do multitasking, and coaching taught me that multitasking is not the way. The focus that you need to bring, the presence that you need to bring about in the coaching conversation, you have to actually discard all other thoughts and be focused entirely on the client itself. And that was a huge change personally in me. So now I become more comfortable in focusing on one thing at a time. I'm more comfortable in you know not knowing a lot of stuff, which was not the case earlier. If somebody wants to really understand coaching, not from an ACC perspective, not from a PCC perspective, but really to understand in depth what coaching is all about, I think this course suffices it. Because I don't think uh, the trainers really taught us at the ACC level or at the PCC level, but they taught us what coaching is all about. And it was such a much deeper level. And I think the journey becomes easier from ACC to PCC. It's the competencies are so deep that I think automatically a lot of us were operating at the PCC level from the beginning itself. And I think the journey towards MCC should also become easier if you do the course. And that's what I would recommend. Oh, both of them were awesome. Both Tracy and Rivan. Uh, both brought a lot of different skill sets, which combined together worked wonders for our entire cohort. Uh, Revan brought the ontological experience, his experience from his Navy background, his experience in training into it, which was so focused, and it's helped us to really understand in depth about coaching. And Tracy brought about the softer aspects, her meditations, she would start each class with the meditation, and that really took us in depth. Her understanding of the person, the sensations, how emotions, that was at a very different level. So I think both faculties individually had their USPs, and together they complemented each other brilliantly. I would say if there is a calling, I think Kocharya is a good place to start with, and especially the ontology based coaching, where I have experienced that there is an inner shift that happens, not only in coaching, but in our life itself. So that's brilliant because you can't be too different. You can't switch on and switch off. That's very difficult, when you become a coach. So whatever changes that's happening in your life, that also starts getting reflected in your coaching sessions. And that's, I guess, what makes the, entire training so powerful, that it influences you at a very, very deep level. So I would
Yeah.
recommend anyone who wants to do this, I mean, to go with the ontology based, coaching sessions and experience coaching at a very different level altogether. Yeah, so that was really good because they would go do a class session and there would be a reflection based on that what was taught in the class, and that helped us to. See, I'm not a person who writes journals, so that's one of my weakness, that I don't write journals. So for me, the reflections personally was an attempt to really capture my thought process and put it on paper, and have that as a backlog, because when you look at those, I mean, even 2 days back I was reading through those and that helped me. So I feel the reflections is really a good exercise, especially for people who don't have this journaling as a habit. For somebody who's journaling on a daily, basis, for they may not find it, but for me it was really useful. Yes.
Yeah.
It was a very good thing that we knew from the beginning that we had to submit these recordings. So mentally we were prepared. And that maybe that was one reason why I got into, practice coaching immediately. And I made it a point to record most of my, conversations as a habit. It's not that, I would uh, decide which one to do and which one not to do. So recording became a habit. So I was not very conscious of it when recording, because that's something which I did in most of it. And whenever the recording had to be submitted, I obviously had a choice of 3 or 4 good recordings, which was already there in my kitty. I just had to transcribe it, go through it, and then submit it. So even at least I was never under a pressure of submitting a recording, because I had enough with me, and I all I had to do was to choose. And the very fact that that transcription and then listening back and then analyzing, that's a very good exercise, because normally I do plan to do it, but it's very difficult to find time to go back and listen to all the recordings. But the very fact that I had to submit it, I had to do it, and that made those points very, very clear, where I had made mistakes, where I could have improved. So I think one submissions every 30 hours is a great thing, and there's a lot of value add to it. Add to it the mentor feedback. It gives you the confidence to do what you're doing right, the better. And if you're not doing right something, that also came up in the mentoring sessions very well, so that you could always improve upon it for the next session. So I think it's a very good idea to do this, and the frequency is not too much or not too little. I think it's just right.